1. Waking up early. I'm not talking about grinding at 4:30 in the morning. I'm talking about waking up just early enough to beat the noise of the world. 30 to 60 minutes before your responsibilities kick in. Time to think, reflect, move, and breathe. You don't need a 12-step morning routine. You just need a head start on your mindset. I used to wake up reacting to life, phone buzzing, rushing to work, no time to think. By the time I was dressed, I already felt behind. What I didn't realize, how important it is to start the day on your terms. Not necessarily at 5 a.m., but early enough to center yourself before the world intrudes. Train your nervous system to begin in a calm state. Think clearly before distractions hijack your attention. The mental benefit, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and focus, works best in the morning. Use that window. Even 30 minutes early can give you the space to journal, stretch, or sit in silence. You're not just getting time, you're getting clarity. And when you win the morning, the rest of the day follows your lead. 2. Journaling every night. I used to carry everything in my head, overthinking, regrets, guilt, scattered ideas. It wasn't until I started journaling, even 5 minutes a night, that I felt mental peace. Why does it work? Because journaling is cognitive offloading. You're transferring your stress from the brain to the page. This lowers activity in the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for fear and anxiety. You're calming your nervous system. You're processing emotions that would otherwise get buried. And most importantly, you're documenting your evolution. Even something simple like, what went well today? What can I improve tomorrow? What am I grateful for right now? Those 3 questions can rewire your focus and help you sleep better. It's therapy, for free, every night. This habit turns your life into data, and data gives you power. You start noticing patterns, triggers, wins. You stop running in circles and start moving with purpose. 3. Reading 10 pages a day. I didn't grow up a reader, but the moment I committed to reading just 10 pages a day, my brain started expanding in ways I didn't think possible. Here's what most people miss. Reading improves neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt and change. It strengthens your vocabulary, focus span, empathy, especially through fiction, and critical thinking and pattern recognition. Books are time machines. You get access to the minds of people who spent decades mastering something, and you can learn it in hours. It's like stealing wisdom, legally. 10 pages a day equals 300 a month equals 12 plus books a year. That's 12 minds you're borrowing, 12 perspectives you're learning, 12 lives you don't have to live to gain the lessons. And no, it doesn't have to be self-help. Fiction sharpens your imagination. History teaches you wisdom. Psychology gives you insight into you. Every book you read is one step closer to the person you wish you were. 4. Doing hard things on purpose. We're wired to avoid discomfort, but growth doesn't live in comfort. It lives in challenge, struggle, resistance. When I started doing hard things on purpose, workouts, cold showers, uncomfortable conversations, I stopped fearing the unknown. Why? Because you build mental resilience. When you push through physical or emotional resistance, your brain releases dopamine after the effort. Reinforcing that action was rewarding. You're literally training your mind to handle stress better, delay gratification, build grit. Over time, your pain tolerance increases, but so does your confidence. You realize, if I can do this hard thing, maybe I can do the next one too. 5. Saying no without guilt. This one changed my life. Before, I'd say yes to everything. Invitations, distractions, even energy-draining people. And every yes to something unimportant was a no to something that actually mattered. Saying no without guilt means you respect your time. You stop people-pleasing. You become selective with what earns your energy. It strengthens your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for long-term planning, and reduces anxiety triggered by overwhelm. Remember, you don't owe access to everyone. You don't need to explain every boundary. No is a form of self-respect. And when you protect your energy, you protect your future and you protect your peace. 6. Tracking your habits. This habit seems small, but it changed everything for me. When you track your habits, you become aware, and awareness creates change. Here's what happens neurologically. Every time you check off a box, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. Small reward equals positive reinforcement equals you want to repeat it. Whether it's a habit tracker app or a simple notebook, this works because it builds visual momentum, it holds you accountable, and it rewires your identity from "I'm trying" to "I'm doing it." Progress becomes tangible. Discipline becomes a pattern. And that's when results get real. 7. Talking kindly to yourself. This one might sound soft, but it's quietly one of the most powerful habits you'll ever build. Why? Because your internal voice is programming your subconscious every single day. If your self-talk is toxic, "I'm lazy," "I always fail," "I'm not good enough," you're digging a mental trench that you'll fall into again and again. On a neurological level, negative self-talk activates the stress response, increasing cortisol and weakening your confidence over time. But when you shift that voice to "I'm learning," "I made a mistake, but I'm not a failure," "I've done hard things before, I can do this too," you deactivate the amygdala and give the rational part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, more power to stay grounded and focused. Confidence isn't built externally. It's built through how you speak to yourself when no one's listening. Being kind to yourself isn't being easy on yourself. It's about creating a mentally safe space so growth can actually happen. 8. Moving your body. Every day. This has nothing to do with looks. It has everything to do with clarity. You don't need to train like an athlete. You just need to move. Because your body and brain are deeply connected. Sitting for too long stagnates both. So, when your body moves, your mind moves too. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, boosting memory and focus. Endorphins, which elevate your mood. Neurogenesis, meaning the creation of new brain cells. Even walking for 20 minutes a day can lower your anxiety, increase creativity, help process emotions stored in the body. So, if you're stuck in your head, get into your body. Don't move to punish yourself. Move to remind yourself that you're alive. Motion creates emotion. 9. Being bored without your phone. We've forgotten how to be bored, but boredom is a lost superpower. Your mind was built to wander, not be constantly distracted. Every spare moment, we reach for dopamine. Scroll, click, binge. But when your brain is constantly stimulated, it forgets how to sit still, how to think, how to feel. Here's what happens when you embrace boredom. Your default mode network activates. This is where creativity, reflection, and deep thinking live. You start hearing the thoughts you've been avoiding. You reconnect with intuition. The best ideas don't come from a YouTube scroll. They come from space, silence, stillness. Sit on a park bench with no music, stare at the ceiling, let your mind stretch. It's uncomfortable, but that discomfort is where your imagination is waiting. 10. Taking imperfect action. This is the king of all habits. The number one reason people don't build good habits, they wait for the perfect plan. The perfect Monday, the perfect version of themselves. But perfection is procrastination in disguise. Here's the truth. Action comes before clarity. Momentum creates motivation, and progress only starts when you stop overthinking. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to move. On a neuroscience level, taking action rewires the brain by forming new synaptic pathways, essentially training your brain to prefer movement over paralysis. Start that project, send that message, apply for that job, take the risk. Done is better than perfect. Messy progress beats flawless procrastination. Clarity comes from action, not overthinking, because every bold life begins with one unpolished step. These 10 habits, they're not flashy, they're not trending, but they're powerful because they create quiet strength. You won't see the change in 3 days, but in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you'll feel the difference. You'll be the difference. So start today. Start where you are. Start with one habit. Your future self is already waiting. Proud, grounded, and grateful that you didn't wait. Subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below a goal you're working towards.